the Reds have done it again. The Reds are 22 points clear at the top of the Premier League, and football's version of Groundhog Day continues, where Liverpool just keep fucking winning, and that's brilliant for us, shit for them, the way we love it. I've got Damian Kavanagh, I've got Johnny Milburn, and Damian, first half, you got to give Southampton some credit.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Some sloppiness from the Reds, but some good stuff from them.
Yeah.
They probably go in at our time saying maybe we could have been 1 or 2 up. And then, but by the end of the game, we're now sitting here saying, should have been 6-0 to Liverpool?
Yeah, defo. It takes 2 teams to make a game, doesn't it? They got the game plan right. The form that they've shown since they got that 9-0 pasting has been admirable. Probably European qualification, hasn't it? And that was reflected today. They obviously got the tactics right, and they made us look sloppy in our own third, didn't he? You know, we were a bit. The
pressing was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, and we looked a bit pedestrian there. I still thought there was flickers up front in the final third for us. It's just that we weren't getting the ball quick enough to them. And it was one of those days, you know, you win the league and there's going to be a half a game where you're not quite as good as you might be on your best day or whatever. And as usual, half-time comes and Liverpool come out and they just blow the house down, don't they? I mean,
47 minutes.
Oh, yeah, and then that was flick. It, wasn't it? That was it.
That flick.
Yeah.
That flick from Bobby is outrageous. I almost, like, I want to have a bevy because Liverpool have done what they've done, but I almost want to, like, set a little alarm, go home and watch Match of the Day and just watch that flick a million times.
Pure filth.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah. I'm looking blankly at it because I didn't see it. I was still on the goal.
Lad, do you know what?
You haven't had the best day, have you?
Me and Gary were like, we've got to neck these bevies because we've been caught out on that so many times.
We scored early, didn't we, second half?
Second half, they always come out though. If first half hasn't been what it should be, Liverpool always come out at team second half.
I'm convinced the analysts throw things on the screen,
they do,
they spot the weakness and bang. The number of times we scored in the first 5 minutes of the second half is unreal, really. Particularly when, as you say, when it's not been ideal. Like, going into the game, I was quite confident. Bumped into Steve Evans earlier on, and the last time I bumped into Steve Evans outside the halfway out was the night we played Barcelona. And then I saw him again, bumped into him outside of the ground in Madrid. So we had a little good luck omen sort of thing.
Yeah.
And we agreed.
Trying to just set that up every week.
Yeah.
And it was completely spontaneous. So on the back of it, we said, we have to have a bet 4-0, because of Barcelona, basically. We had a look, there was no value in 4-0. So I said, Oxlade-Chamberlain 4-0. So that was my bet for today, viewers. So I don't know. You would think I would be a little bit more elated, but being a bit of a coward, I cashed out on 87 minutes. So I'm the winner of £180, but it wasn't as much as I could have won. But I think going into the first half of the game, I thought my bet was done because it didn't look like anything like a 4-0 game.
Yeah.
First half of the game, they looked incredibly well organised. They were pressing really, really effectively. And I thought, a credit to them. They work incredibly hard. You see Danny Ings running around like a Jack Russell chasing the tennis balls. I mean, absolutely sliding in all over the place.
George,
didn't give us a second. And it was...
Stats before it, come on, you're our last.
Great. Thank you very much. Thanks, George.
Sorry, viewers, but you know.
No, you're right there particularly about Danny Ings. He was a personification of the way they were playing. And everyone likes Danny Ings. Every club he's been at, any team he's played against, they just respect him, don't they? Because he gives it 100%. He's a nice guy, and that is how they set the store out, and that's what they were, weren't they? They were honest, they were good. But what it does do is it illustrates the golfing class in this league, and that is not a criticism of Southampton. This is a statement of how good Liverpool are.
Absolutely.
This is the greatest Liverpool team
on the roads, on form. Well, on the roads, based on this, if you just split the table in half and do home and away, they were the 5th best team away from home before today.
It's interesting, isn't
it? In recent times, they beat Chelsea, they beat bottom at home, but they beat Chelsea, they beat Leicester, they beat Spurs, they've been getting some good results. The manager's got a good reputation, and you can see how organised they were. And what I thought was interesting was it caused a little bit of Chelsea-Leicester area, and you can see that, that thing that happens in football where other clubs, other teams try and ape what the good teams doing. And you can see everyone trying to be Liverpool now. Play it out from the back, knock it round, be dead confident. But everyone's not as good as Liverpool.
No, they're not.
And what I thought was good first half, you mentioned it before, there was mistakes there. Firmino just turned blind and plays that pass back, puts them in. Gomez has one as well. But I just liked, again, and again, we've talked about this before, but it's brilliant talking about it every week. How good is the fucking goalkeeper?
Oh, well, to be honest, if you were talking about man of the match today, you talk about Jordan Henderson. You talk about Mohamed Salah, who in the first half, even though the service wasn't there, he was keeping them back, he was looking, he was threatening and all that. But just in those moments, I mean, the goalie's there to save goals, so you can't just throw bouquets at him so he keeps the ball out. But the assuredness of him, and the fact that he got a couple of players out of jail there, it gives us the platform then to go on. And he made
that dive at the top end towards the edge of the box, didn't he? To put it was and there was also in the second half there was an opportunity where he dives on the ball, but he's also got to throw it out to avoid handling the ball outside the area. The sharpness. I think one of the things he used to say about Clements is that he would get one of the things about him was his concentration. He'd have one thing to do all game and he'd do it immaculately. This fella he's a cut from the same mould in my opinion.
But also what you're saying there about don't throw bouquets at him for just saving a shot because he's meant to. He's a pro goalie and all the rest of it. He's paid a lot of money, but they boom it at him sometimes. He just always seems to be in the right place. And he just goes, sound.
Velcro gloves, and that's down to his positioning.
Yeah.
I've never seen a goalie hold on to it as many times as he. I can't remember having a goalkeeper that held on to the ball like he does.
It's just the confidence you get from him. People talk about Virgil, quite rightly. In all my time, I've never seen a better centre-back play on that pitch, whether it's for us or against us, than Virgil. And I've got to say the same about the goalie now as well. He's got to do it for a number of years. We've been blessed with so many talented players and winning teams and this and that. But you've also got to recognise greatness when you see it in the time and not just do the nostalgia one. But the goalkeeper is up there with anything I've ever seen. He's absolutely the rock on which the defence builds themselves. And then Virgil is the rock on which the midfield builds themselves. And it rolls forward that way.
Do you reckon that was the best serenade of Jordan Henderson that Jordan Henderson has ever had?
As he was going off.
There was a real passion to it today, I thought. Almost like all those people that haven't been convinced with him for whatever reason, and we're not getting into that, but there was a real gusto about it. It was like, Jordan, you know what I mean? And it was like, about time.
It was emphatic. It was probably the most unified time it's been. Because I can remember in 13-14, it was the Mrs. Robinson version of the Jordan Henderson song. And it would go up in places and people would be buzzing off people for singing it because he was not everybody. But I think he's put a season together now, 12, 18 months together actually as a footballer.
I think you're right there. It's 18 months, it's not just a season. I think you're right the way he's grown into it.
And I think he's weighed in with goals in recent weeks. I think he's been able to lift the big shiny things and he's now been able to put himself up there with the top Liverpool captains now, which is I'm delighted on a personal level for him. Absolutely.
What we're saying about Oxlade-Chamberlain feels like, we saw him the other week literally punching the seats and all that.
Yeah, he got a come on, didn't he?
He played well that day against Manchester United and he probably thought, I don't deserve the hook today. And I think, to be fair, Klopp later said, well, it looked like he was injured and you don't mess around if you think a midfielder's injured, and that was why he went off. I thought he was good today.
Yeah, he was, and probably in all the
positions... He scored?
He did.
Yeah. And he did, it was fucking marvellous, yeah. It was worth a couple of grand if you kept your nerve, of all the positions you could reasonably play, that lad in. That was probably his least favourite of all those positions.
Yeah, he's been anonymous there in the past, hasn't he?
Indeed. And so I personally, I wouldn't feel sorry for him. He's a good player and that. And I can see the logic of putting him in front of Robertson. He'll get up and down, he'll give it a shift. I personally might have looked at maybe saying, switch him and Salah after about 10 minutes. Because Salah's always going to be that threat, isn't he? He's going to try and bounce it off someone. And Chamberlain more natural on the right-hand side, and certainly in the second half, there was a particular move where he looked absolutely fantastic, wasn't he? But he kept at it, and he's a fabulous player. He's an energetic player, he's an imaginative player.
He seems stronger and more robust this season. I think he's back feeling his own body, and I think he's got confidence in himself, and he's thrown himself into challenges, blocking things off.
He's better through the middle, but he's got to do a turn. It's first world problems, isn't it, when you've got to throw the lad out there on the left and then he bangs one in from that far out, and then that's the catalyst for an emphatic win.
There was a spell in the second half where Salah got the ball and he turned himself inside out, about 4 players inside out, and it was reminding me of like Ronaldinho at his best. I don't remember.
And then he tried to think the pass and knocked that bit up, and you're like, lad, everything that come before was amazing.
It was champagne football at times today, and I think we've got to, as you say, Damian, we've got to appreciate it while it's here, because we've died on scraps. We've died on scraps.
Absolutely. We had that from Bobby though today as well. I felt like, not only does he set up 2 goals, he's played really, really well, apart from, the little pass back moments of madness that he had. But also you get the sense with him now. He's got a good knowledge, a good footy head on him, where he sort of goes, I know this is going our way here, and I know now is the time to turn on my tricks.
And he certainly did the Harlem Globetrotters there, didn't he? I mean,
unreal.
He had me kicks off there 3 times in the second half. I mean, it was outrageous what he was doing. That when he was back heel and over his head and what a player, what a player. I mean, we're blessed to have such players. You know, if you think about it in Liverpool's terms, we were quite groundbreaking in the fact that the way we played Kenny, you know, and that's going back. And we got Yari Littman at far too late in his career. Yeah. And to me, Bobby's like Yari Littman at his peak with a bit more mobility. That's the way he seems to me. Mr. Silk isn't in it, is it? You know what I mean?
That's interesting how he plays, isn't it? Because like there were times
the best team in the world, mate.
Where Henderson was playing much further advanced than him. He was coming really, really deep, winning the balls, very, very tricky, and then getting us on the go again. I thought he had a really, really strong game again. And again, he's another player who was coming under a little bit of criticism for a spell this season, and he's putting game after game after game together now. It was top performance.
He still hasn't got his goal at Anfield.
Oh well, he's going to get the goal that actually officially confirms the title. It's nailed on, isn't it?
That's what he's saving it for.
Oh, yeah.
And he'll do about 20 flicks before he puts it in.
I'll do more than him.
The thing is, we scored. We've ended up scoring 4. Minamino should score. We're very unlucky. I mean, offsides, and all that. I get that. But we nearly scored one of the greatest goals, you know, the world's ever seen. And then it's flagged offside. But that move, that turning defence into attack again, absolutely brilliant. And you know, it was. I know it's a phrase that's used all the time, but it was champagne football, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. And that's the really threatening thing for all our rivals. I mean, to the end of this Premier League season, we haven't got any more rivals. We will have next season. Man City will go again. But it's our rivals in the Champions League and what we're going for here. We know there's gears here.
Yeah.
It's not just a question of saying it. You can see there's potential here to go a bit further. And those kind of moves are the kind of moves that win European trophies. And I'm not just saying it because I hope it. I'm saying it because we've seen it. We saw it last season.
There's a low light under the pan of scouts, isn't it? They're still able to turn it up a few notches.
It's going to turn it into a bomby soon, mate, I hope.
It's true. We had a similar conversation. I think a few people have said the same thing. That I think when you look at Manchester City have been a team who've smashed teams 5, 6, 7-0 and like humiliated them and kept on going. Liverpool have been a little bit more modest than that. They've done just enough. They've been winning by 1 goal, maybe 2, maybe the odd 2-goal margin. Man City are struggling to put 2 and 3 game winning runs together.
There's a big difference.
So it almost feels like we have got those gears to go, and we're just keeping the engine ticking over. Yeah. We're not.
Well, we sneaked up on the rails now as well. In that we've got the best goal difference in the division. We're still undefeated. It's February. You know, we're on 73 points now.
Yeah. I mean, that's only
we need to win a maximum of 7 games to win the title.
And we probably won't need that in the final analysis. I mean, that's only a stat before that. The goalie's got the most clean sheets. Yeah. Oh, it's right up there.
Now he has today.
Yeah. So he's missed 7 games through injury, got sent off in another, and he's still got the most clean sheets. What a statement that is. Yeah. And so that also puts into context when people were moaning about we're looking a bit more rocky defensively earlier in the season. Well, without the FIFA World Best goalkeeper, that's going to come out in the wash somewhere. Wherever you go on the pitch, the statistics are unbelievable. The most wins in a row, unbeaten. You know, points cleared. It's absolutely incredible.
It's 20 wins at home in a row now, isn't it? And I think there's only about 4 teams ever that have managed that feat. And it's every week, like you say, another week, another stat, another landmark, another historical thing. And the historical thing that we really want, that's coming at the end, is that we're going to win the Football League again. This has been a free Post-Match Pint. It is just on YouTube there for you to all watch and share. So do share it if you liked it, do shout about it. We are having some beef with our server, we are making our servers better, but in the meantime we wanted you to be able to watch it as soon as it's available. So here it is, and here it is for you. We are talking about one of the greatest Liverpool sides that has ever been known, and what a time to be a Red. Have a fucking boss weekend. That has been the Post-Match Pint.
Champions of the world.